It's wonderful what can come out of listening. I just quick little example here is I used to own a software company, and I went to see one of my clients, an oil and gas company here, and the problems, people will just tell you what their problems are. And I ended up, a company told me, this is our problem. And I said, holy smokes, we could probably solve that, right? It took our business in a whole different direction because we were literally the only guys that could solve this problem in the oil patch up in Canada. And it's amazing, just the listening power aspect to that side of it as well. So works.
Yeah, and it builds relationships. Like you said, people don't want to listen to you. People want to talk about themselves, right? So if you know that people want to talk about themselves, then the win isn't talking about yourself. The win is actually giving people what they want. Let them talk about themselves. Let them talk about their problems. You just listen, and then, like you said, be there to solve their problems.
Yeah, and I've understood that when people are actually speaking in a conversation, they're often thinking a lot more about the topics that you've maybe raised in the questions. So if you're actually bantering on about what you think is the solution, if you flip it around and ask a question directed towards what the issues are, that person will actually think more about the topic. And I've often read about that, and it's so hard to slow down and stop and just enact that whole philosophy in a conversation.
It is. I tell the story in the book about Michael Dell, one of the true leaders amongst leaders, and also very well known for his listening. And he had a meeting with a country rep in Europe, and the meeting lasted 45 minutes, and the first 44 minutes, it was a one-on-one meeting. The first 44 minutes, he didn't say a word. He literally just listened. The meeting is about to wrap up. He finally speaks, and he asks a question. In one question, he was able to surmise that he had been listening and also give that person at the other end a lot to think about.